Hello you guys, it's Carla with Mezzy Cosmetics. In this video, I want to show you guys how to do a proper winged eyeliner. Winged eyeliner, we all know, is very, very difficult. The method that I'm going to be showing you guys today is perfect for whether you're doing this on yourself or if you're doing this on a client. I've been a professional makeup artist for about 9 years. Gosh, yeah, 9 years now. I've been using this method for quite a while. Knock on wood, so far it has worked on everybody, regardless of your eye shape. Winged eyeliner can be adjusted for every single person, including mature skin. With mature skin, however, we're not going to be able to get a perfectly crisp wing depending on how mature the skin is, just because a lot of times once you pull the skin, you know, the wing will look beautiful, and then as soon as you let go, it gets a little jagged. So if that's the case, I do recommend doing more of a smoked, blurred out winged. But in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to get that perfect crisp wing. I always wear really thick eyeliner and my wings like come out to here. So I'm gonna show you guys my method. Obviously you can tone this down and you can make it smaller, larger, whatever color you want. The technique itself is going to stay the same. I'm a visual learner as well as a visual instructor, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my little digital diagram and basically explain the whole technique of my method. The first thing that you're going to do is put a little mark where your waterline is. So if your waterline were to just continue straight up, just go ahead and put a little mark right there. Once you have that dot on, go ahead and take a look at your eye shape. Now, if your eyelid folds, so where the skin actually folds, comes really far down, kind of like this one, this is where you're going to tweak the angle of the wing and you're going to bring it more horizontally. If your eyelid fold doesn't come that far down, then you can just go ahead and keep the angle as is and most likely just follow the natural anatomy of your waterline. And as you can see here, you can just go ahead and draw the wing as is. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to be that easy for most people. So if your eyelid fold is kind of like the first eye and it comes down really far, like I was saying earlier, go ahead and tweak the angle and make it a little bit more horizontal. Now, with your eyes completely open, you want to look perfectly straight. Go ahead and once you get the length desired of how long you want the wing to be, draw the eyeliner directly over the eyelid fold with your eyes open. Once you draw the line directly over the fold, most likely is going to happen once you look down is the eyeliner is going to look like it kind of skipped a little bit. Now, this is the most important step because this is where I used to screw up all the time. Instinctually, I always wanted to go in and straighten this line because with the eyes closed, I feel like the line should be straight, right? Fight every urge in you to straighten this line if this happens to you. What you are going to do is, I always recommend, as you can see here, first starting by drawing just a very harsh right angle. Then later, if need be, you can go in and kind of curve it out. Basically, what you're going to do from here is open your eyes, look at yourself in the mirror, and make any adjustments from there. Once your eyes open, if you feel like the wing is just a little too curvy, then you can go in, again, straighten it a little bit more and just keep making adjustments until you get it to where you like it. And then, of course, make sure that the very end of the wing is nice and sharp. Once you're completely done with the eyeliner, go ahead and open your eyes once more just to double check that there aren't any divots. If there are any little divots, just go ahead, again, thicken that area, open, close, until you get the result that you are happy with. When you're filling in those areas with the eye closed, the line itself might look straight, but again, we want to make sure that the eyes look good when they're open. So as you can see here, you may need to go in and thicken an area where it might look a little bit strange with the eyes closed, but again, once they're open, it'll straighten out. And lastly, if you feel like your winged eyeliner looks a little bit curved, it may be that you just brought it down a little bit too low, like you can see here. So either take a baby wipe, concealer, makeup remover, whatever, and just wipe that off. If you feel like your eyeliner still looks more kind of like a hook rather than a straight wing, listen up because this tip I'm about to share with you guys is a game changer. So the wing itself most likely isn't hooked, but there's this tiny little triangular area right on the outer corner of your eye that is very hard to see unless if you're working on somebody else and you can, you know, you're standing on the side of them. But by filling this area in, it will completely straighten out your wing. I'm going to do the eyeliner with the blue color. So we have the color Wave right here. I feel like the blue is just going to be brightest, so hopefully you guys can actually see it a little bit better. Again, every single one of these palettes does come with our tiny little detailing brush. So I'm just going to dip my brush in some water, go ahead and start activating my blue color. So like I was saying before in the diagram, my eyelid, well, my eyelid fold is exactly where my crease is. However, you can see it does come pretty far down. So if I were to actually follow my waterline, my wing would be coming up pretty high. And again, with the eye closed, it may look really pretty, but as soon as I open, that's when it's just going to be a little wonky. So instead of following my waterline like this, because the lid fold does come pretty far down, what I'm going to do is just slightly adjust the wing and go more out this way rather than vertically. So if I'm doing a winged eyeliner on somebody else and not myself, typically what I do is I just start by putting 2 tiny little dots on both sides, and then that way I can kind of determine the angle because we want both of them to be as similar as possible. And so typically on a client, I like to do the wing first. I don't make it super crispy, I just get at least the angle correct. Then I go ahead, do the rest of the eyeliner, and then I do the point last. The reason why I do the wing first on clients is because a lot of times people will impulsively open their eyes, and then if I already have eyeliner here, it typically will stamp, and it's very difficult to try to fix in the heat of the moment. On myself, however, I do like to start with the actual eyeliner. So let's go ahead and do that. Starting on the inner corner, I'm just going to use the very tip of the bristles here. And you can see I'm kind of lifting my eyebrow, so that way it's stretching the eyelid. Just start by doing little strokes. And then now I'm going to switch and use the side of the bristles. And I'm just going to drag this all along the lash line. And this is where you can determine the thickness of the eyeliner. I do like mine pretty thick, so I am going to thicken it slightly. I like to keep the inner corner here a little bit thinner and then make it thicker as it goes out. Okay, so I'm stopping it right here where my waterline starts. And then like I was saying earlier, I'm not going to bring the wing up like that. I'm going to bring it more out. I like to do the bottom part of the wing first. If you need to use tape, feel free. I always recommend medical tape, however, just because you never know with Scotch tape if somebody has an allergy to the adhesive or anything like that. So just doing very small strokes. The nice thing about having this brush with a little bit of a longer bristle, you can just pull out and then boom. Like I said, I like my wings really big. Obviously, like I was saying earlier, feel free to adjust to whichever size you would like. So then from here, I like to just start in kind of the center of the wing. And basically, I'm just pulling my brush down. Now, if your eyelid fold comes really far down, like way farther than mine, this is where I tell people just keep your eyes completely straight. Not too high, not too low, just perfectly straight. And with your eyes open, just go right across that little wrinkle, and then yours might end up like mine where it's perfectly straight, or it may do that weird jagged thing that I showed you guys on the digital diagram. So once I get here, you can see there's just a little bit of a dip, so I just want to straighten that slightly. So I'm just filling this in, and then this is where I can start cleaning up the top. And then to get the point super crispy, again, I just pull straight out and I just kind of lighten the pressure as I go out. And also, I am the world's shakiest person, so use your pinky for balance. I like to hold the brush with my pointer finger and my thumb and then my pinky for balance. All right, and there we have our wing. Once the pigments are actually dried, they will all be the same color because the pigment that's still slightly wet is a little bit lighter. Once it dries, it does darken a little bit. Hence why it looks a little patchy right now. In 2 minutes, it'll be fine. And again, like I was saying in the digital diagram, don't forget to get all the way down in here because sometimes people will leave this area open and then it makes the eyeliner look like it's like hooked rather than straight. So if that happens, again, just go in right in here and just fill in that little area. And that, my friends, is how you do a winged eyeliner. I hope this tutorial really helped. I hope this makes sense to you guys. And again, don't forget to please subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as our email list, mezzycosmetics.com, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!